getting married again.
Damn. Wow.
I'm not, it's one of those things in life that I feel like I could check it off. Like, okay, I did that. Maybe people want to say they've experienced that. I've experienced it. And I know the good and the bad that happened to me, so it's not something I want to experience.
Now we finally know her name. And it's not because she looks like LaLa Anthony, but because this whole mess has her name written all over it. The streets are buzzing about an Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz scandal that's heating up like never before. Word is, a private tape just leaked, allegedly catching Swizz and LaLa getting way too close behind Alicia's back. The moment Alicia caught wind of this, insiders claim she absolutely lost it. Years of bottled up tension exploding in one epic meltdown. And it wasn't just her. Swizz and LaLa were reportedly caught in a storm of chaos too. Looks like karma finally came knocking, and it's knocking loud. But here's the real twist. This scandal didn't just appear out of thin air. Rumors about Swizz and LaLa have been swirling in the shadows for years, and now this so-called tape might be the smoking gun Alicia's been ignoring all along. Sources whisper this wasn't just a one-time oops moment either. It's allegedly been going down in secret while Alicia's been playing the picture-perfect loyal wife role in public. So the big questions are, what exactly is on this tape? How long has this been going on? And is Alicia finally ready to pull the plug on her marriage over this explosive betrayal? The whispers are getting louder, the tea is scalding, and the secrets? Oh, they're about to spill everywhere. Let's break this down because the truth hiding in this mess might just shake the industry to its core. What's crazy is, as messy as this cheating scandal sounds, it's not exactly shocking to most people. Let's be real for a second. His track record speaks loud and clear. Folks have been saying for years, if he cheats to get with you, he'll cheat on you. And that's exactly the energy people are throwing at Swizz right now. But here's what's actually blowing everyone's mind this time. It's who he was allegedly creeping with.
People are forgetting when she moved into Swizz and them's house to work on the music with him, he was still married to his wife, living in that same house. And then she moved in while she was cool with the wife.
Do you think that if you weren't in the public eye, would you have handled the situation at all differently?
I would have still made the same decision, but it would have been less maybe pressure or less eyes on me, like, what's she gonna do? People are saying this, and is this true, or whatever it is. I think it would have been less pressure maybe, but I do think I still would have came to the same conclusion because some boundaries were crossed that
According to the streets, this wasn't some quick fling or random hookup. Swizz has reportedly been tangled up with none other than LaLa Anthony. And no, this isn't brand new gossip either. Insiders claim this alleged affair has been bubbling for at least 3 years, maybe longer, hidden right under everyone's noses until now.
I mean, we hang out with each other. We go to dinner together. Our family is one big, beautiful family. We're doing Thanksgiving. We're doing the holidays. We'll do a birthday celebration together. It is a beautiful partnership. I'm very, very proud.
The bomb dropped when a leaked recording allegedly surfaced, catching Swizz and LaLa in a compromising situation with barely any room for an innocent excuse. Fans are connecting the dots like crazy, realizing that maybe this so-called picture-perfect marriage was already cracking behind the scenes. But here's where it gets even messier. The word on the street is that LaLa allegedly started messing with Swizz while she was still married to Carmelo Anthony. And insiders say this secret relationship may have played a huge role in her marriage falling apart. Now, to keep it real, nobody's trying to paint Carmelo as a saint either. His cheating history was no secret. Multiple scandals, whispers about alleged outside kids. It was all out there for the world to see. The real twist, while everyone was pointing fingers at Carmelo, LaLa herself may have been knee-deep in her own mess with Swizz. Melo's cheating left her looking embarrassed in the public eye, especially since she was always the one defending him. At one point, she even said, "I wouldn't be with someone if he was cheating on me. There's no part of me that's okay with that." Now, I don't go looking for things, but if I was to find out, I would deal with it, but I trust my husband. Word on the streets is that LaLa allegedly started playing the same game Carmelo was, having affairs of her own. And yes, one of those names supposedly in the mix was none other than Swizz Beatz. But here's the kicker. When Carmelo found out he reportedly couldn't handle it, even though he'd been serving up his own cheating scandals for years, that's when their marriage really started to crumble. Now here's where it gets downright messy. This supposed affair didn't just pop up out of nowhere. It was actually first dragged into the light way back in 2021 by radio host Ms. Jones, who claimed someone from Swizz's own team snitched and spilled the tea about his secret connection with LaLa. And get this. Insiders say that after LaLa filed for divorce from Carmelo, she allegedly wanted Swizz to return the favor and leave Alicia. But Swizz, he wasn't about to blow up his own marriage. As soon as whispers started getting too loud, Swizz jumped straight into defense mode, insisting he and LaLa were just friends and nothing scandalous was going on. He even posted online, trying to make light of the rumors, and when that didn't work, he doubled down, posting a screenshot of Alicia's song, LaLa, and writing, "This is the only LaLa I'm rocking." Now go to the Alicia Keys album, Miss Eber, it's a classic. According to multiple insiders, Alicia actually bought his story, believing him when he swore up and down that there was nothing going on with LaLa. So now the big question, who's real and who's fake? Because that's the kind of shady move Alicia can't stand. Just a few days ago, word is she stumbled across some hard evidence that left zero room for excuses. And ever since, she's been going off on Swizz behind closed doors. This, mind you, right after they had just celebrated their anniversary. Sources say things inside their home have turned explosive. Alicia's not letting this one slide quietly. But here's the twist. This isn't exactly brand new tea. Multiple blind items have been hinting at this for years. One blind from way back in 2021 basically spilled it all, warning, don't believe the hype. Although this end of the alphabet loving producer, writer, rapper is a cheater, he keeps it super quiet and would never go for a public name. That already happened once and he ended up having to marry her. Another blind dropped even more heat saying, this former A+ list singer turned A-lister has been really busy with her new television gig. Her husband loving it because he's been cheating with his protege, someone he swears is going to be huge. Now here's where it stings. Alicia and LaLa weren't just industry acquaintances, they were close friends for years. So for Alicia, this isn't just cheating, it's a full-on double betrayal. And while plenty of fans feel bad for her, there's a big chunk of the crowd calling this nothing more than karma finally coming back around. Let's not forget, Alicia got with Swizz while he was still married to his ex-wife, Mashonda. People love to say, you lose them the way you get them. And when Mashonda tried to approach Alicia woman to woman, Alicia allegedly brushed her off like it was nothing. And if that's not messy enough, singer Jaguar Wright once claimed Alicia was living under Mashonda and Swizz's roof, pretending she was just there to work on music, while secretly sneaking around behind Mashonda's back. Swizz was still legally married to singer Mashonda when the whole thing kicked off, and Mashonda was more than ready to blow the lid off their secret. She clapped back with a full-on open letter, calling Alicia out for playing house with her husband and trying to sell it to the public like some kind of fairy tale love story. Mashonda didn't bite her tongue either. She revealed that she went straight to Alicia, woman to woman, and told her point blank they were still married, still living together, and had just welcomed a baby. But according to Mashonda, Alicia couldn't have cared less, sitting there allegedly writing in her diary like she was living out her own R&B fantasy, "If I was your woman." In that now infamous open letter, Mashonda wrote, "In the messages I sent to her, I made it very clear that contrary to what she might be hearing, I'm still married to my husband, living with him, and we just had a child. It's been 2 years and I still have not received a response. What do I receive? Constant displays of selfishness and disregard for me and my son. I believed in her until I found out she was possibly sleeping with my husband." She went on to say that the affair was denied by both Alicia and Swizz until months later when it was finally admitted. And even then, Mashonda said she directly asked Alicia to step back so she could try to work on her marriage, a marriage Alicia had already helped tear apart. But Alicia refused. Mashonda's letter got even more pointed. "You know the role you played and how you contributed to the end of my marriage. You know I asked you to step back and let me handle my family problems. Problems that you helped create." Despite Mashonda's direct quotes and the full timeline floating around, Alicia kept insisting that she and Swizz didn't get involved until after he and Mashonda were officially separated. She doubled down in interviews, brushing it off like people were just confused about the dates, framing their relationship as a story built on love, not betrayal. But the receipts were out there. And the math was never mathing. Here's where the irony cuts deep. Just like LaLa was allegedly pressuring Swizz to leave Alicia so they could finally go public, insiders say Alicia once played the exact same game when he was with Mashonda. Back then, she allegedly wanted their relationship out in the open and didn't stop pushing until she got her way. Multiple insiders have claimed that Alicia was actively encouraging Swizz to end things with Mashonda, even while Mashonda was at home raising their newborn son and desperately trying to hold her family together. In the end, Swizz left Mashonda Mashonda. And now, years later, karma seems to have circled right back around like a boomerang, possibly repeating the same messy pattern all over again. And here's why a lot of fans aren't rushing to defend Alicia. Taking Mashonda's husband was already messy enough, but according to reports, Alicia allegedly went even further by trying to go after full custody of Swizz and Mashonda's son, Kasim Jr., right in the middle of all the chaos. At that point, it wasn't just a love triangle. It was starting to look like a full-blown takeover. And the way Alicia allegedly inserted herself into parenting decisions that should have been between only the two biological parents made the public backlash even worse. She wasn't just building a new family, she was erasing the one that already existed. The custody battle got so heated that Mashonda eventually had no choice but to make peace with Alicia, because in the end, she could see how much all the back and forth was hurting her son. So she put her pride aside, acted like the adult in the room, and chose what was best for her child, even if that meant co-parenting with the very woman who helped break up her marriage. But let's be clear, fans have never forgotten how that so-called peace really came to be. Many believe Alicia used that child as leverage to force Mashonda into accepting her as the new wife, not because it was some magical blended family breakthrough, but because Mashonda had no other option if she wanted stability for her son. Mashonda eventually accepted her fate and tried to move forward for her son's sake. Over time, she, Alicia, and Swizz even made a few public appearances together, trying to show the world they had buried the drama. One of the most talked about moments was an ABC interview where they sat side by side talking about building a strong co-parenting relationship and claiming they'd moved past all the mess by putting the child first. But here's the bitter truth. When all was said and done, the one who had been cheated on was the one who had to step up and clean up the wreckage. People rightly praised Mashonda for taking the high road, but behind the scenes, insiders say Alicia was fuming. That's when she allegedly launched a full-blown damage control campaign, carefully crafted interviews, staged family photo ops, and polished public appearances, all to push this carefully curated, picture-perfect narrative. To the world, it looked like harmony, but to those close to the situation, it was just another move to shift the spotlight and control the story. Alicia tried to scrub away the homewrecker label and rebrand herself as Swizz's spiritual peace and loving bonus mom, but fans weren't buying it. And now, with reports swirling that Swizz is allegedly treating her the same way she once treated Mashonda, the internet is calling it exactly what it looks like: karma. People are pointing out that she shouldn't be shocked Swizz might cheat on her with a close friend, because his history of keeping other women on the side is long and well documented. Before Alicia even came into the picture, Swizz had already cheated on Mashonda with multiple women, but she clearly thought she'd be the one to change him, the one to finally make him stay. Oh, you fancy, huh? Let's rewind. Back in 2000, while Mashonda was pregnant with what was supposed to be their first child together, Swizz was already stepping out with a woman named Nicole Levy. And to make it even worse, Nicole ended up pregnant at the exact same time. So while Mashonda was carrying his child and planning their future, she was also dealing with the gut punch of knowing another woman was expecting his baby too. According to reports, the stress and heartbreak from that betrayal caused serious complications with Mashonda's pregnancy. And tragically, the baby was stillborn. Even after that devastation, Mashonda eventually forgave him and married him in 2004, hoping they could finally start fresh. But instead of settling down, Swizz cranked up the messiness. While he was allegedly creeping with Alicia Keys in 2007 or 2008, he was also spotted with another woman on the side, Jana Sebastian. And just like history loves to repeat itself, Jana ended up pregnant too, giving birth to his daughter Nicole. So it wasn't just Mashonda he was betraying. He was allegedly two-timing both Jana and Alicia at the exact same time. And the wildest part? Alicia didn't seem fazed in the slightest. If anything, she stood firm in the chaos like none of it mattered. So Alicia knew exactly who she was marrying, but sadly for her, it doesn't look like much has changed no matter how hard she might have hoped. And just like that, the tables have officially turned. She built her love story out of the ashes of Mashonda's marriage, only to be hit with the exact same kind of betrayal, this time from someone she once called a friend. It's a full circle moment, messy, poetic, and downright brutal. And now, with whispers about explosive evidence floating around and talk of Alicia allegedly going off behind closed doors, the drama is only heating up. If these rumored leaked tapes are even half as wild as the streets are saying, then this hood diary is about to turn into a blockbuster scandal. scandal. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment with your thoughts because this tea is far from over. See you in the next one.